Welcome to this explainer. Today, we are unpacking one of the most tragic and honestly most misunderstood relationships in all of mythology. We're going to focus on the deeply complex Brotherhood of Vali and Sugriva, set against the incredibly rugged landscapes of Kishkinda. This really isn't just some old story about ancient kingdoms. It is a profound study of family, of ego, and the absolutely catastrophic consequences of a simple breakdown in communication.
Okay, let's dive right into this by anchoring our entire analysis on a central, super provocative question that basically defines this whole cosmic tragedy. For centuries, people have debated this exact dilemma. Why on earth would Lord Rama, the literal ultimate emblem of righteousness, resort to shooting a king from the shadows? To understand the sheer necessity of this highly controversial tactic, we actually have to rewind and look at exactly who he was up against.
Part 1. The invincible Vanara king.
So as the son of Indra, the king of the gods, Vali was absolutely no ordinary ruler. The guy possessed the physical strength of 1,000 elephants. Think about that for a second. His primary purpose in life was to use this immense prowess to protect Dharma, or cosmic order. But his sheer strength made him a terrifying force of nature in the ancient world. And he wasn't just strong, he was incredibly, almost unbelievably fast. Every single day, before the morning sun even touched the mountain peaks, Vali would do his daily spiritual practice. Moving with unparalleled speed, he would actually traverse the entire subcontinent just to offer his prayers to the sun god at the confluence of all 4 oceans, all before dawn.
Now, what is truly fascinating about Vali, and what really seals the deal here, is his divine boon. He has this supernatural ability where if you face him in direct combat, he instantly absorbs exactly half of your physical strength. It makes him virtually unbeatable face to face. I mean, your own strength literally becomes his weapon against you. This insane advantage totally fueled his dominance. But as we're gonna see, it also inflated an ego that would ultimately become his fatal flaw.
Part 2. The cave of misunderstanding.
Before we get to the cave itself, we have to look at this crucial geographic event. So Vali had recently defeated the super arrogant demon named Dudubi, effortlessly tossing his massive corpse a full yojana, which is roughly 8 miles away, just casually through it. However, drops of the demon's blood happened to fall onto Sage Matong's sacred ashram on Rishimukh mountain. Furious at this defilement, the sage cursed Vali. He said if Vali ever set foot on that specific mountain, his head would instantly explode. Keep this curse in the back of your mind. It literally changes the entire map of our story.
And this brings us to a brilliantly horrific moment of dramatic irony. A second demon challenged Vali, and Vali chased him into a deep cave. Vali ordered his younger brother Sugriva to wait at the entrance, which he did for an entire year. Finally, Sugriva saw this thick stream of foamy blood flowing out and heard these distant, terrifying roars. Assuming the blood was Vali's, Sugriva tragically blocked the cave with a massive boulder just to save his people from the demon. But inside, Vali had won. When Vali found the exit blocked, he didn't see a terrified brother trying to save a kingdom. He saw a calculated, cold-blooded assassination plot. I mean, we've all made terrible assumptions based on limited info, right? Well, this is that exact human flaw scaled up to a massive cosmic disaster.
Part 3. A Brotherhood broken by wrath.
So Vali shatters the rock and returns to the kingdom, and reason just vanishes. It is completely replaced by an absolute blinding fury. His massive ego completely prevented him from listening to any sort of logical explanation. Sugriva was actually overjoyed to see his brother alive. He literally fell at Vali's feet, explained the pressure from the kingdom's ministers, and immediately offered the throne right back. But Vali, entirely consumed by vengeance, refused to listen to a single word. He beat his brother mercilessly, chasing him deep into the forests. Sugriva had to run for his life to the absolute only place on Earth Vali couldn't follow, Rishimukh mountain, safely protected by Sage Matong's exploding head curse. Now here is the absolute point of no return. This singular act escalated what was basically a localized family feud into a major cosmic imbalance. In his uncontrolled rage, Vali didn't just banish his brother, he forcibly abducted Sugriva's wife, Ruma, and kept her for himself. Appropriating a younger brother's wife totally crossed the line from a tragic misunderstanding into an absolute horrific violation of cosmic order. It was a grave sin, and it now absolutely required divine intervention.
Part 4. Forging a divine alliance.
Sugriva's desperate, terrifying fate shifted entirely when 2 royal forest dwellers, Lord Rama and Lakshmana arrived searching for Rama's abducted wife Sita. Through the absolute strategic brilliance of Sugriva's minister Hanuman, a mutual alliance of both necessity and righteousness was struck, right around a fire. Rama promised to end the terror that Vali had inflicted upon Sugriva. In return, once he was reinstated as king, Sugriva pledged to mobilize his entire Vanara army to search for Mother Sita. But there was a major hurdle here. Sugriva was still deeply traumatized by Vali's monstrous power. To completely erase any lingering doubt, Rama performed two incredible feats. First, he casually flicked the massive mountain-like skeleton of the demon Dundubi 10 yojanas, nearly 80 miles away, with just his toe. Then Rama fired a single arrow that effortlessly pierced straight through 7 giant sal trees and magically returned right to his quiver. This proved beyond the shadow of a doubt that Rama actually had the precision and the lethal power to overcome Vali. Part 5. The Strategy of Stealth. Okay, so even with Rama's divine might on his side, Vali's strength-absorbing boon meant a direct, honorable duel was basically tactical suicide. The strategy had to adapt. During the first attempt, the brothers engaged in a brutal melee at the gates of Kishkinda. Covered in dust and blood, they looked absolutely identical. Rama, watching from the trees, couldn't risk shooting the wrong brother, so poor Sugriva was beaten half to death. Before the second encounter, Rama placed a bright garland of Gajpushpi flowers right around Sugriva's neck. This was the literal lifeline that allowed Rama to safely identify his ally and finally take the shot from the shadows. It is super important to note here that Vali's ultimate downfall wasn't really just a physical weakness. It was a fatal flaw of ego. When Sugriva roared at the gates for that second time, Vali's wife Tara, who was an absolute master strategist, sensed real danger. She actually knew of Sugriva's new alliance with Rama and literally begged Vali not to go out. But trapped by his own immense pride, Vali just completely dismissed her brilliant advice and stormed out to fight his brother, setting up his own demise.
Part 6. Final Judgment and Redemption.
So struck directly in the heart by an arrow of light from Rama's bow, Vali falls to the dust. Kept alive only by the divine golden medal given to him by Indra, he uses his dying breath to confront Rama with a really powerful accusation regarding the ethics of this hidden strike. He looks at Rama, a prince famous for his absolute righteousness, and demands to know how shooting an opponent from behind a tree aligns with the noble code of Kshatriyas, the warrior class. It's an incredibly gripping moment where the text forces us to look right at the nuances of right and wrong. Rama, though, is incredibly patient here. He breaks down the absolute nature of justice. He explains that when Vali forcibly took Ruma, he abandoned the moral codes that separate humans from animals, totally forfeiting his right to a warrior's honorable duel. As Rama logically lays it out, a ruler who chooses to act with the sheer brutality of a beast is, well, hunted like one from the shadows. Justice, Rama argues, isn't just about the rules of engagement. It's about restoring the fundamental moral order that Vali had completely destroyed. And in the end, that absolute blinding wrath is finally replaced by clarity, and the fractured brotherhood actually finds a solemn, tragic closure. Hearing Rama's defense of Dharma, the heavy veil of ego finally lifts from Vali's eyes. He recognizes the divinity standing right before him and repents for his terrible actions. He ensures his son Angad's future is secure with Sugriva. He returns Ruma to her rightful husband, and with a heart finally at peace, his soul merges with the divine. So as we wrap up this explainer, I really want to leave you with this final thought to ponder. Was Vali truly doomed by Rama's arrow, or was he already dead the exact moment his ego refused to forgive his own brother? The incredibly complex Brotherhood of Vali shows us that true strength isn't about the physical power of 1,000 elephants. It's about the humility to listen, to communicate, and above all, to forgive. Thanks so much for joining me on this deep dive into the tragedy of Kishkinda.